she was a great entertainer, very, very funny, very charismatic in her own colourful manner. So, I think she people said she was a huge character of politics, and I think Westminster was actually weaker without her.
So Keir Starmer has given his reaction to the news of a murder investigation that's been launched into former Conservative Minister Anne Widdecombe.
Well, this is really shocking news, and my thoughts, I think all of our thoughts, will be with the family and friends of Anne Widdecombe at this awful time for them. Anne was a distinguished politician over many, many years with many achievements, and it's a huge loss. I've spoken to the Chief Constable this afternoon about the details, and I think this is really important, that this is a moment where we rise above any political differences, the political divide, and say the single most important thing at the moment is that all of us and the public help the police identify the individual suspected and make sure he's arrested as quickly as possible. He's clearly dangerous.
Well, that was the Prime Minister speaking. Let's get more reaction now from Nick Kochan, who's financial journalist and author of Anne Widdecombe's biography. Good afternoon, Nick.
Afternoon.
Just tell us your response first to when you heard that the police were investigating and launched this murder investigation into Anne Widdecombe's death.
I thought it was absolutely shocking. And, the news of her death was sort of really sad, but this has turned it into something sort of quite macabre and very tragic. And, Anne had an extraordinary life and, well, it appears she had a very horrible death.
And when did you last speak to her?
The biography was done some time ago, really. It really covered her political career, not so much her showbiz career. So it was quite a long time ago. But, from what I hear, she had retained her extraordinary vim and vigour and love of life. And this, I think, is making this all the more sad and tragic.
And just reflect on the Anne that you knew then, and who you sort of immortalised in your biography.
Yeah, well, she was someone of great independence of mind. I think if I was to say one sort of quality she had, it was enormous strength of character, lack of any sort of concession. She was very much an independent and sort of black and white character. But a lot of people said to me, you got what the cover said. She spoke her mind, and she loved talking. She was a great entertainer, very, very funny, very charismatic in her own colourful manner. So I think she people said she was a huge character of politics, and I think Westminster was actually weaker without her, although she went into, as we know, sort of showbiz with Strictly Come Dancing and other sorts of television things.
And when you were researching your biography, was there a particular anecdote or encounter that you had that really sort of summed her up?
I tell you something that actually happened that was very funny. And also summed her up, I think, because it was an element of her. She was, as everyone knows, a maiden person, and quite prudish, and I suppose in her own way. So my wife and I actually went to see her in her garden, in her house in South London. And on the back of an easel was a picture of a naked man, purely by accident, I should say. It wasn't in any sense designed to embarrass her. But she sort of took one look at it and said, could you turn that around, please? She was a very much a maiden lady, and without any...
Very demure.
Very demure and without any blushes, shall we say.
Yeah.
Just firm. You just did what you were told.
Well, Nick Kochan, thank you very much for sharing your memories of Anne Widdecombe. Thank you.
Pleasure.